Hey everyone, Irix Guy here. Now since you found this video, you're on your way towards resolving your wireless network issues. Now I've been dealing with computers since the early days. yeah, I grew up a big computer dork, so I built computers, upgraded computers, blah blah blah. So I've been there, done that. Now what I want to do in this video is help you troubleshoot your wireless problems. Now this can be the result of wireless internet through various providers. AT&T, Uverse, Comcast, Xfinity, which is kind of the same brand. Any other type internet service provider that provides a wireless, what they call wireless gateway. So with devices today, most everything is wireless. You've got your iPads, you've got your iPhones, you've got your Android phones. And when you're wanting to use those devices wirelessly in your house without having, or place of business, without having to depend upon the cellular network, it's frustrating when you can't connect to your wireless internet at home and use it because you're paying that subscription fee and you can't get the full use out of it. So there's a few things that I want to tackle within this video, and you can check out my other videos too, but I'm going to make this one very, very low level. So we're going to start with the most basic things to check. So number one, whether this is your laptop computer, desktop computer, iPad, iPod, whatever, the first thing you want to do is, do you have any form of encryption on your wireless router? Most all the default installations nowadays, when they bring it out, they'll give you a they'll set up a password, and this is to protect you because you don't want people driving down the street, maybe your neighbors or whatever, using your internet. Because when you're using your internet, it's your IP address, and if they're doing something that's kind of shady, it's coming from your place. So most everybody now, if they did a decent job installing your wireless internet at your house, they probably set a password on that wireless gateway. So check your notes, see if you've got a password. It could be a bunch of funny numbers and letters. It could be a word, a few words, whatever. Check to see if you have that, because that's going to be the first key. So now when you connect to your wireless, when you try to connect to your wireless internet, did you verify that what's called the SSID? So your wireless internet's going to be called something unique. It may be, maybe your name's Joe Bob, it may be called Joe Bob Wireless. So you'd first select that, and then you would enter the password that goes along with it. Now if there's no password, you're not entering a password. But that's something for a later conversation. If you don't have a password for your wireless internet, I would strongly encourage you to read the documentation and set one up, because it'll really protect you. So first of all, make sure you're connecting to your own wireless internet, not somebody else's. That's a common mistake that a lot of people make. They'll turn on their device and it'll automatically try to connect to their neighbor, and they think that their wireless internet's broken, and it's actually not. They're just not selecting the SSID that corresponds with your own wireless internet. So that's step one. Step two is to check the distance between you and the wireless gateway. Maybe you're in a two-story house. Maybe you're in a bigger house. Maybe your wireless is on the top floor and you're in the basement and you've got really thick walls. The first thing you want to do before getting too frustrated is take that computer in close proximity of that wireless gateway and see if you can connect there without any obstructions, no walls. I mean, if a wall with that's made out of sheetrock is pretty thin, that's probably not going to create a problem. But to make sure you don't have any walls or whatnot blocking your communications wirelessly, take it right beside it first. See if it works there, and then if it works there, when you take it elsewhere in your house, you'll know that it's a range issue. And that brings up another point. If you've got a lot of devices in your house that are using wireless internet, what can often happen is that these devices can interfere. And something I've also seen are things like TV remotes. TV remote, how would a TV remote interfere? Well, I've had it happen. Cell phones can interfere. Cordless phones, if you got a home phone and you pick up the phone, sometimes it'll cause the wireless internet connection to drop. So something you may want to do, and this is a little bit more advanced, once you're connected to your wireless, if you're having problems with losing your connection intermittently, you may want to check, and this varies among different wireless gateways But typically what one can do is connect to the gateway. If you get the IP address of the wireless gateway, and this is something that the installer probably provided you, and it's usually like a 192.168.1.1 or a 192.168.0.1. So if you type that in your browser, and it could be a different IP. I mean, it depends on what they set it up as, but those are typically the defaults. So go to your wireless device from a computer that's connected to your wireless internet, type that in, and you should be able to get into some sort of web-based administration tool. It's a fancy way of saying you're in your web browser. You're in Internet Explorer, Chrome, Firefox, Safari, whatever web browser you use, and you're able to connect to that wireless gateway and enter the configuration mode. Now when you're in the configuration mode of that wireless gateway, there's a setting called channel. And what I would strongly encourage you to do if you're getting intermittent disconnects is I would try changing that channel, because it may be set to channel automatic. What you may want to do is change that channel to the numbers that it allows, and start with maybe the lowest number and then test, work your way up and see if you can clear whatever devices are interfering with your wireless internet. Because that's something I had to do with, I've got AT&T UVerse, and I was having interference issues with other devices in my house, so I had to manually specify that wireless channel. And after tinkering with a few different channels, sure enough, I found a channel that works, and I have no interference, and I'm a happy camper. I got my MacBook Air, and I got my iPad, and I've got my iPhone, and all of that good stuff, and I can use it without the connection dropping. And that got very annoying. That got to be very annoying when the connection was dropping. So yeah, this is, like I said, this is very low-level troubleshooting, and that's why I wanted to make this video like this. There's some more things that one can do if none of this worked. And the thing I would suggest, these wireless gateways have a plug in the back for a network cable, Cat5 network cable. So take your laptop, if none of this worked, take your laptop or move your desktop in close proximity of it, or get a really long Cat5 patch, PATCH cable. Be sure you do not get a crossover cable, get a patch cable. And run that patch cable between your computer's network port and plug it into that wireless gateway and see if you can get internet when it's wired. Now if you do, that's telling you, hey, you've got active internet connection at your house. If you don't get it even when it's wired directly to the wireless gateway, then there may be an internet connectivity issue that your provider may need to come out and troubleshoot. It may be that your wireless gateway is not communicating with the internet. So even if you were connecting wirelessly to your wireless gateway, you're not getting out to the internet because that internet connection is not there. And something you may want to do before calling the service provider is unplugging that wireless gateway from the power jack, waiting about 5 or 10 seconds, plugging it back in, and then see if you get internet. And if you don't, what you may want to do is check your cable. Make sure that the cable, or it's a cable modem, it's coax cable, or it's DSL, it's a phone line looking cable. Make sure those are plugged in, because, and even if they are, kind of jiggle them and see if it's a little bit loose. You wouldn't believe the number of scenarios I've encountered where the cable on the back of the wireless gateway was just a little bit loose enough to not make connection, and it, just simply pushing it and hearing that reassuring click that it's in there resolved the issue. But these are, I'm trying to think of anything else. Again, like I said, I grew up tinkering with this stuff, big computer dork here. So I'll tell you this: if you're still troubleshooting and none of this fixed it, leave me a comment in this video, and I'll do my best to see if maybe I've got a suggestion that may work for you, and I'll do my best to try to help out. But thanks for watching, and if you find this video to be helpful, please give me a like and also subscribe. It's youtube.com/IRIXGuy. And as always, share this video and any of my videos with others. Y'all have a good day.